Welcome back to Keep Idaho Red Radio with Tom Luna and Vic Miller here on 580 KIDO 107.5 FM and KLIX in the Magic Valley. And Vic, we're in election season. Yeah. It's October.
Yes.
We're talking to candidates that are running for office, and today we're focusing on Legislative District 6.
Yes, we just spoke with Brandon Mitchell.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now we have the opportunity to talk to Lori McCann, who is running in District 6, House Seat A. She's the current representative there.
Yes.
And a little bit about Lori. She's a business owner, a cattle rancher, and a property owner. Graduated from Lewiston High School and the University of Idaho. Her and her husband, William, have 4 children and 10 grandchildren. So, Lori, is that current, the 10 grandchildren?
Actually, we added one other one about 5 months ago.
Yeah, the reason we asked that question is every candidate, they always seem to be behind by 1 or 2 when it comes to grandchildren. So you're very blessed, and we're very happy to have you on the show. We've told people when we were talking about other candidates and with your county chair there that some people across the state take for granted that when we get to a general election that Republicans are going to win. That's not the case in some specific districts, and yours is one of them. So we want to make sure people are aware that this is a very battleground district, and turnout and support for you and the other Republicans there is critical. So thank you for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Well, let's start with this. You mentioned, and you've talked before about the priority that you have when it comes to education, and how important education is to society if you want a vibrant society and a growing economy. So let's talk about your thoughts on how education can play a role in creating a vibrant society and a growing economy.
Absolutely. Education is a passion for me from early education all the way up to higher ed. And, education right now is just so critical for our students. And, number one, whether a kid is ready to go on to a 4-year degree or they need training and in career and technical education and the trades. We have a lot of options available, and I'd like to see us continue that, our career pathways in our high schools, because as we all know, we need a skilled workforce with a pipeline of workers to fill the needs that we have right now in business and industry. So education is critical to continue our economic growth in Idaho, and we are seeing substantial growth. So we need to look at how we meet those needs head on, and education is, at the top of my list. So
when we talk specifically about education, you mentioned career and technical education. The governor or I shouldn't say the governor, you were involved in this, a special session. There was $400 million that was set aside for education. How that will be spent will be determined by the next legislative session. But there was $80 million of that which was specifically for work, meeting the demands.
Careers,
for in-demand careers. Career and technical education plays a role in that. Where do you see? What would be your priorities when you look at how to most effectively spend those dollars in this area?
Okay. I was very excited about this part of the bill because my background, I taught in career and technical education for almost 16 years at Lewis Clark State College, and I just see the wonderful opportunities that we will have to create some great things in Idaho with these dollars. And in career and technical education, for instance, in my area, we have a brand new high school with a career and technical portion of that high school, and we are working hard to make that a regional technical school, which I see that perhaps we can get some dollars there to figure out how we can bring in some of the rural areas in Craigmont and
Fantastic.
Up in Lewis County that I represent, and not all schools have this, and so it's. I think it'll be a great opportunity that we can put some money there in these critical areas for in-demand jobs that are right now vacant. So I just see this as a great opportunity again to put students in that pipeline, get them some skill, get them excited about moving forward in their careers, and we need to start that at a younger age and encourage students, so that they have the knowledge of these different areas that they can study and what it can bring to them in their future. So I see really good things with this.
That's great focus and stuff. And what we've learned is that especially in high school, is when we're talking about career tech and pathways and those kinds of things, is when kids see relevance to what they're learning, rigor will take care of itself. But if they don't see relevance, like how am I ever going to use this? It's very difficult to get them to perform at their highest level. So I just applaud your efforts in that area. It's going to pay huge dividends, not only for society, but for those individual kids.
We're with Representative Lori McCann. She is House Seat A in District 6, and she is running for election in November to maintain her seat there. And we're glad she's on Keep Idaho Red Radio on KIDO and KLAX. Representative McCann, let's talk a little about it. I've heard that when you're on the stump and when you're talking, not only is education a passion for you, but I think your number one priority for the next session, when you win again, would be property taxes. So talk about that issue and what you think could be done about it by the legislature.
Yeah, sure. Well, last session, I did have a bill that I tried to get out there as an immediate fix, more of a Band-Aid fix, rather, to raise the homeowner's exemption to $200,000, but I couldn't get a hearing on that because, as we know, there's that three-legged stool, and so this is just going to, if we raise it here, it's going to shift it over to another side. So I thought, okay, let's go back to the drawing board and think about this. It is a number one priority, and I'm hearing this all across my district, that we've got to come up with a plan to give some immediate relief. And whether we take some of our surplus and try to get that to the people for immediate relief, which, we did that a little bit in that House Bill 1, which, can allow them to use that money immediately to give themselves some relief in the taxes. But I think to really fix the problem, we are going to have to drill down, work together, and redo our tax structure because it's just not working anymore. And, there's a lot of really, really great people who we need to bring to the table and sit down and come up with solutions. And I have a plan. I'm going to meet with all of the folks from District 6 in terms of our assessors, our treasurers, and I'm going to bring in some city mayors so that we can just sit down, have a conversation, and discuss possible solutions and bring those solutions to the table. So I'm going to do that prior to the session, so I'll have hopefully some possible solutions to bring to lower those taxes. I've got so many of my seniors, they are very concerned that they're being taxed out of their homes and that they won't be able to afford the taxes on the same level if we continue down this path. Right. So do I have the exact answer? No, but I am a solutions-driven person, and I believe that we all need to work together, Democrats, Republicans.
Yes, it's a noble cause.
All of us. It is a cause that we all need to do and work together. So
we just have about a minute and a half left. So maybe talk about, make your pitch. What do you bring to the table as a candidate? And you've been in education, been in law, but you're also a small business owner as well. So maybe talk to people about what's your pitch to why you should be elected.
Sure. Experience matters when you're running for election, and I am a candidate that has experience not only, in the education field, in the legal field. I've worked as a paralegal alongside my husband, who's a lawyer, for the past 45 years, and I have that experience that I bring to the table. We run a residential and a commercial real estate business, and we also run a cattle ranch. And so I bring a vast experiences. My family has been in the cattle and ranching business for over 100 years, and so my ag background brings a lot of that experience, which is so important for District 6 and all of our farmers and ranchers and timber folks. So I'm really excited to be able to work with those folks and help come up with good policy that will work within all of those areas. So you can rest assured I'm a hard worker, and I will bring all of those skills and knowledge to the table, and we'll work hard to find solutions.
Fantastic. And you can look for more information on her on LoriMcCannForIdaho.com. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you have a Facebook page as well?
It is. It's a Lori McCann for Idaho, and go to my page, and if folks have comments or concerns, just give me a call.
Learn all about her.
Send me a text, and absolutely. So looking forward to getting back to work.
We've been grateful to have Representative Lori McCann join us.
Yes.
From District 6, House Seat A. She's running again, so be sure you get out and vote. And we will be right back with the chairman of Latah County, Dan Schoenberg.